Hey, it's Joel. I'm here at the Eastcoast Rep Rap Festival 2019 edition. I'm at the E3D booth with Sanjay. We're going to learn about the Hermes extruder, what it is, how it works, and why you might want it for your 3D printer. We're going to do it right here on 3D Printing Nerd.
It's going to get technical.
Should I wear them both?
No. This one. There we go. That's much better. Yeah.
Oh. Hey, we're here with Sanjay from E3D. Hey, man.
How you doing?
Great. I'm really excited about this new extruder you got. Could you deep dive into it for me?
Oh, you know I will.
This is it right here, right?
Yeah. So Hermes, basic concept, it's like Aero, complete extrusion system, all in one, but rewrite it from the ground up. So throw away, it's got no inheritance from Aero, so we've written it from scratch, basically.
Okay.
I suppose we start with this motor, which is completely custom. It started life as a NEMA 17. We threw away the end caps. We made our own. We've got T-slots in here, so you can mount it from the side. We've got all of our bearing pockets.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Instead of having a body that bolts onto the front of the motor and another component, more space, we actually just customize this. So it is the rear side of the body, the rear side of the extruder.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that means that we can then, this is, the guts of it.
Oh, okay, right. This is, right, filament goes in, right,
Filament
there.
There's a PTFE guide tube, not a Bowden tube. It's for getting filament into the extruder.
Right.
Really nice for auto-loading systems like MMU, because you can pull out, pull in. And so we start off small gear, large gear, 3-to-1-ish prime numbers so that the teeth wear evenly. This whole drivetrain is really cool. So it's made of a high carbon martensitic stainless, which means that it is very, very hard and wear resistant, but it's also corrosion resistant. That means we can run the gear train without any lubrication.
Oh, but this also means any sort of crunchy materials, carbon fiber stuff isn't going to affect it.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's kind of 2-in-1. So these gears, no lubrication, so you don't have to lubricate stuff, number one. Number two, filament debris sticks to lubricant. We're trying to keep this thing kind of self-cleaning, and so it runs completely without any lubrication. So we pop this out here. This is made on the same kind of machinery that Swiss watches are made on. So it's a sliding head Swiss lathe.
Does it tell time then?
Not quite. But yeah, this whole stack here is a bearing, the filament drive section, the idler hob gear so that it transmits it to the other side because it's a dual drive system, so we're driving filament from both sides. And this is the reduction gear. And so this transfers torque over to the other side. And on the other side is also really neat and somewhat unexpected. I didn't think it would work, but then the math and the equations worked out. On the other side, we have an Eigus bushing. So instead of a bearing with rollers or needle rollers where debris can get in and also requires lubrication, we have these little Eigus bushings that are extremely slippery, very wear resistant.
Very slippery. I mean, it fell right out.
Got down on the floor. That means, again, no lubrication, lightweight, lower cost.
And less maintenance overall.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just a set it and forget it kind of deal. You never have to interact with this part. And so I think the most significant feature of Hermes, which takes a little bit of explaining, is its ability to control flow, which all extruders do, but Hermes does things a little bit more special. So if we look here, this is where the filament gets driven, and this is where the filament gets melted. There's I think it's like 12, 15 millimeters, tiny. People complain that, Bowden systems act as a spring. All filament acts as a spring. It's just a question of the stiffness of that spring.
That's exactly
Whether
right.
it's a direct extruder or not a direct extruder. So by reducing this distance, we've increased the stiffness of that spring dramatically.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And so when we push on filament, we know that it's going to eject plastic out of the nozzle with a great deal of what we would call control authority. So you've got these really sharp retractions, clean starts. It means your Z seams are smaller because there's less error and hysteresis around there. The second thing is for flexibles, it's absolutely crazy because this tiny little distance means that even flexibles have a hard time buckling in that highly constrained space.
So flexibles can run at higher speeds and be more accurate in the prints.
Absolutely. And easier to feed, generally just behave a great deal better. After that, we kind of move on to the Heatsink itself, which is a bit of a work of art, and it's actually where the Hermes logo comes from. Some people have commented that this is maybe designed after my hair, which is completely unintentional. on fleek. So this heatsink has been designed to flick air upwards. So you have a part cooling fan, and its job is to cool the print, and then we have a heatsink fan, and its job is to cool the heatsink. But sometimes air from your heatsink fan ends up disturbing and dirtying the air in your print, and that can cause warping and cracking and general reliability issues. So we have these tangential fins that capture the air and flick it up and to the right.
Away from the printer, away from the bed, away from everything.
Away from everything that you care about keeping very precisely controlled temperature-wise.
So it's not just a pretty design after your own hairstyle, it's actually incredibly beneficial for those that are using it.
Precisely, yeah. It's function follows form follows function, other way around, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we're really, really excited about Hermes. It's going to be a quite disruptive price point. It's easily the best product we've ever made, and I genuinely believe it to be the best extrusion system out there, and we're going to be able to put it out there for a price that includes everything that is maybe around half of what you might expect with buying stuff off the shelf today. So we're looking at, sub £100 for this thing. So hopefully in the $100 region.
That's fantastic, because a lot of people that have less expensive, maybe Chinese machines, and they want to upgrade them, the path could be arduous, but this is a drop-in solution.
Absolutely. Really easy to mount, really easy to get on with, and it comes in a Bowden system as well, if you want to use a Bowden version. Small adapter, and that's even cheaper.
Hey Sanjay, again, I want to thank you for the talk. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to giving this a try.
Always a pleasure. Thank you very much, Joel.
Have a good rest of Earth.
Oh, hell yeah.
Big thanks for everyone at E3D for allowing me to come by and have a chat about their new Hermes extruder. A big thanks to everybody that watched all the way to the end. You're awesome. Don't forget to hug each other more. I love you all. From Earth, high five.